Hello, so I am here to talk to you today about my industry portfolio. I'm Josh Hawkridge, obviously, a digital designer. I wanted to have digital designer because I thought it would broaden the spectrum of work that I could do, similar to multidisciplinary, but I can't spell that properly, so I put digital designer. Um, I've chosen these colours because yellow feels like a nostalgic colour for me, paired with the black. It gives it the vibe of like a bumblebee, or it's just general stuff from my childhood. The type here that I've got for my name is by a design foundry called Hudspur. They do very nostalgic 70s, 80s, and 90s type of fonts. I really like their work. So I've used this for the main part of the portfolio, for headers and such. I've also included my own little logo into it, which I've got at the top here. This links back to this page, the main page. If you scroll down on my page, it's a bit unconventional, but I've got a GIF here, which plays in with my nostalgic vibes and pop culture references. I wanted to do this to add a bit more personality to my work and keep the overall website more fun and engaging. I've done it on a few different pages, but I wanted it to be more of like a little Easter egg. I got these from Giphy and just embedded them into the website. They're not on every single page, but I thought it'd make it a bit more fun and personal. I thought it'd be good to get more of my personality into the website rather than just having plain pictures or stock images. Okay, on to work page. I heard in a one-to-one with one of the tutors, they said about having a curved edges feels like a viewfinder. I thought this would be perfect for here, as I wanted it to be like a little portal for when eventually there's more work below. You can have a little viewfinder for different sections of work. This is pretty simple. When you click in, it goes into a more detailed page. I've kept it white in the background, so it's easier to read the text. This is part of the RSA Career Culture, the industry brief. I've gone over the project overview. I've written some stuff about that. I've put mock-ups of my design in here. I've also written some design goals that I wanted to achieve in this project. I think I've done pretty well with this. I'm quite happy. It's not perfect, but I like how it turned out. I put this here as a fun little spread. I thought it would be quite engaging. On this, I've included each slide of the work, which would be like stress, sleep, settings, calendar, more mock-ups showing the band and the logo. And then I wanted to talk about the creative process here. These are the wireframes that I did early on in Figma. I did not know how to use this program, so it was sort of a steep learning curve for me. This is how I initially started, on pen and paper, just drawing layouts. Yeah, it's good to look back on how it started, I think. And then going on to the About section. This is about me. I wanted to use a photo of me as a kid to draw on that nostalgic theme I've tried to portray throughout the portfolio. And then I have a brief paragraph that the kid me is looking over at. I think it draws your eye across. I thought that was quite fun, and it shows what I'm currently doing, studying visual communication at Falmouth Uni. And this talks about a bit of my personality there. I also have the things I love section and the things I hate. I saw this on another person's portfolio website, which I'll talk about later. In things I love, I've got stuff like van life, good movies, chocolate, obviously, black coffee in the morning, and then a couple of things on here. London Underground, obviously, because I can't handle that, and uncomfy chairs, which I've gotten used to during this course. Then I've got another GIF at the bottom, referring to my van life and granola aesthetic that I like. And then going up to research, I've got gifs and humour. So this is the foundry I talked about earlier with Hudspur. They use a lot of gifs in their work. Their website's amazing if you wanted to check it out. They use the Simpsons GIF for their emailing letter, and there's a few others on there. But yeah, I quite liked how they used it, and that's where I got my inspiration from. Then there's Hilda Wong, who's a creative coder and designer from New York, I think, and she had a things I love and things I hate section, which is where I took my inspiration from. And yeah, definitely check out her work as well. I really like it. Then stuff that inspired my layout of my website and my work overall is a couple of my favourite designers and artists. Starting with Cody Hudson. I like his simple, minimalist layout that he's got here. It's quite mysterious with the photo. He's got a few bullet points of things that he's done, and born in Wisconsin, Birkenstock with socks enthusiast. Yeah, I quite like his work, and the website is quite inspired by that, and his selected works are cool. Going down to Annie Atkins, fellow Welsh person. I really love her work in movies. Her website is very minimalist, but it gets the point across. It lets the work shine through, and she's got a section on Q&As and stuff, which is quite good to get your personality across, which I think is very important. Christian Watson of 1924. He does lots of different things. He does very broad work, like embroidery and typography and painting, animation. It's amazing. I took my type and the worn down country granola feel from this sort of website, and yeah, I also really like his work. So this is my colour palette and typography choices for my website. I went with A Day Without Sun for the paragraphs, which is also used as like headers in some instances up here. There's a thick version, a bold version, and a regular version. I quite like how it pairs with Redondo Avenue, which is the one I used for my name by the Hudspur Foundry. It gives a very nostalgic feel. I don't know what it is about it, but I really like this. I feel like they pair quite well together. For colours, I've got the yellow and black. It's like a warm sunset yellow, and then I've got that little bit of a Carhartt-y beige to go for background. I didn't want just white. It's too clean, and I wanted to give more of an outdoorsy vibe. I did like originally having white, but I wanted to try and broaden my colours a bit. But having yellow on every page was a bit too much, so I've just gone for the nice little beige colour. And then up to my contacts page. But here I've got the get in touch with me section, where I've linked my email, where I'm based, and what sort of jobs I'm up for and I'm looking for. A link to my LinkedIn, if anyone wanted to contact me through there. My design belief, I believe in good design. I believe in good design is like a well-marked trail, clear and intuitive, and gets you where you need to go. I also, at the bottom, have another GIF that refers to this section here. Send me the email, or if you prefer an old school way, try a carrier pigeon. Results may vary. And then I've got a Hey Arnold GIF here. I thought that was quite appropriate. I like that. Also wanted to keep that sort of hidden as a little Easter egg. And then at the top right hand section of the portfolio, I've got my LinkedIn linked by here. This takes me to my main page. And I've also got my work Instagram, where I've put all my design stuff on. I also have linked my Pinterest, which I use a lot for inspiration and post some of my work on there. I've got sections to get my personality across, sort of thing. I've got a lot of collection of clothes, aesthetics, hiking, typography. I thought it would be a good thing to display your personality and keep in touch with the audience or whoever wants to be in contact with you. And then I've also got a playlist link here, and this is what I used when I was making the portfolio website. It's called a Digital Odyssey, a nice little relaxing playlist of background music. I saw on Mother Design they had a music at the top that you could play, and it set the mood for the website. So I took a bit of inspiration from that for the portfolio, and I think it worked well. Anyway, that is my portfolio. Thanks for watching.